All right, today I want to talk about the Silver Searcher, the AG command. This is definitely a favorite of mine. In fact, when I was getting ready to do this, I was thinking, I have to have done this already, right? Turns out it doesn't look like I have. So let's talk about the AG command. So I'm sitting inside of my .files repo. And if I want to find maybe one of the aliases that I've set up, I love to use the AG command with DCPSA, for example, which spits out a few results. And I've set this up to format the output such that the file name comes first with the line number. So if I want to edit one of these, I can just command click on the file, opens it up with vscode, and takes me right to the line that I'm interested in. So now I could modify this alias. Now, in order to get that output, this is not the default. If I look at how I've defined AG here, I pass the no group option by default. If I don't have that though, like if I set grouping instead, you can see the output looks a bit different. You have the file name across the top and then all the matching lines underneath. And of course, the problem with that is not that I can't open up the file, but I can't get to the line that I want. Let's change this actually so you can see why you would do this. Basically, we're grouping all the results for a file. Maybe I want something that's not so specific, like DC. Now you can see I get a bunch of results back, and each set of results are grouped by the file, and then the lines are underneath. Definitely more compact, less output here, but it doesn't work so well with semantic history and iterm2 to be able to open up the file and jump to the right line. All right, then if I look at my AG command again, I also pass a color here to get that nice pink match. So I do AG DCPSA. I get nice highlighting of whatever I search for, so it's easy to see where it falls at within the line. Now, part of the reason I like this is because it automatically excludes ignored files. So I'm sitting inside of a Git repo here. I've got my git ignore. And inside of there, one of the things that I ignore is going to be my Python virtual environment. And if it didn't ignore that, well then, if I were to search for something like the AG command, when I do this now, I get a manageable set of results back. But if I change this and use something like ACK, I get a ton of results coming from AG usages inside of the Python virtual environments. And so I then have to go about ignoring this to be able to find what I'm looking for. So it automatically excludes ignored files. And another thing I like here, if I run this, I get results back for all the various file types in my repo. Maybe I want to hone in on a specific file type for the fish shell. I can narrow down the results with the capital G argument. Or another feature I like, if I'm looking for a file name, I can use the G argument and I with that to be case insensitive. And I can look for something like ask OpenAI. I think I have something like that. Okay, nope. Ask. So there you go. I get back the various files that have the word ask in them. And of course, from here, if I want, I could just command click on this to open this up, thanks to iterm. And of course, if I want to search through the ignored files, I can add the -u for unrestricted option. And now I can search through all the virtual environments, for example, and any other ignored directories. And then maybe one last feature that I like about this, probably the reason I use this the most, you can actually install this into any environment, including into a Windows environment. So here's Windows Terminal. Run the AG command. I could look for one of my aliases here in the .files, and I get back a similar result. Though in this case, I'm allowing the grouping. By default, I probably need to change my alias for that to use no grouping. Probably the reason I haven't done that is I'm not aware of any feature in the Windows Terminal yet that will allow me to click on and open up a file. If that actually exists, I was curious about that today. Let me know in the comments, and if I can figure out how to get that working, I'll make a video about that next. And if you want to use this on Windows, I think you can search for Silver with Winget. It's also available via Chocolatey. And yeah, there you go. You can see we've got the AG package right here. And then over on the Mac side, the package name is the Silver Searcher. So you can use a brew install on this. And then I believe I have it in here for Ubuntu as well in my .files. Let's just look for Silver inside of here. Yeah, I got back a result here. This is for a cloud init setup. And inside of here, here's Silver Searcher AG. I believe that was for a Debian or Ubuntu environment, probably actually for both of them. So yeah, I give the AG command a double thumbs up, probably because of how incredibly fast it is and how incredibly easy it is to use.